Cravens third in the Pac-12 with 8.5 tackles for loss. Heck, he had 3 in the first quarter on Saturday. But it didn't end well. Sua, how are you taking the loss? How's the team taking the loss?
I think we're over it. I mean, kind of a weird way to lose, but at the same time, I mean, it is what it is. So thinking about Arizona now.
You know, Sua, let's go back to the game let's go back to your positioning because you have now been labeled as now the Sam linebacker. I understand that's sort of the role that you're in now. Explain to us your role, in the defense, because I know that you line up in different spots, and so it's sort of a flexible type of position, just called the Sam backer.
Yeah, it's really run support and pass defense all in one. It's a player who can not only set an edge when we're playing a team like Oregon State, but also drop back in coverage against a slot like I did last week against Arizona State. So it's kind of a hybrid rover position.
Yeah, you said to me after the Oregon State game that you were still, they were taking you out on third down, that you were still working your way through the playbook, trying to get everything so that you could be, 3-down player. How much are you comfortable with now at that outside linebacker position?
Well, I got a little more reps this past Saturday on third downs. I got a couple more drives in to where they kept me in the nickel position, where I was at the will linebacker position now, what I'm trying to learn. But, I mean, I think I'm making progress, but they're still going to be rotating me and Anthony at that position.
Now, what is it about, like, when they say that you need to learn more of the plays and all that kind of stuff? I mean, I know it's a different position, but what part of it is a difficult part in terms of, trying to get to where you need to get to stay on the field every down?
It's just knowing the ins and out of each play because, I mean, we might call cover 3, but it's not just cover 3. I mean, if the 3 happens to run a certain route, I might have to be in the middle of the field instead of just dropping back to the flat or weak hook. So there's just a lot of scenarios that I haven't learned yet at that position, and with all the different plays that we put in for game planning, it's a lot to handle, so I'm doing my best.
Take me inside your mind, if you might, for a second. We talk about these tackles for loss, and sometimes, like particularly on a couple sweeps, we saw it during Boston College, we saw it again this past weekend. It seems like you diagnose the play before it happens, and you're basically waiting on a guy coming around. So take me through. Is it the film room? Is it something you're seeing at the line of scrimmage? How are you anticipating to that degree?
Well, a lot of it is film room, just watching the film over the week and seeing what they like to do and when they're going to run that specific type play. But sometimes it's just, being an athlete. Coach Sermon always tells us, if you think you can make the play, if you see it, then you better be right when you go for it. So I do my best.
Is that an area of growth from a freshman sophomore year? Maybe you trust yourself more?
Yeah, last year I probably was thinking a lot more, and I probably wouldn't do what I was doing this year just because I didn't want to get yelled at.
Right.
This year I'm taking a lot more chances just because I feel a lot more comfortable in this defense.
Now I'm going to let the cat out of the bag, okay? He was an offensive player in high school.
Right.
Before he was a defensive player. That's how come he knows all these plays are coming. How much have you transferred from, your offensive side experience being, when you were younger in your high school career? How much does that help you now?
I think that helps me when it comes to, like, third and shorts or just when receivers come out, like when they go double receivers and I see the slot on the ball. Usually when the slot's on the ball, the slot's going to run the vertical route. The wideout's going to run the short route. So that's what we did in high school. So I would see things like that and try to tie it in with my game.
By the way, your coach told me you were in high school that you were a receiver early. He obviously didn't foresee, and this is when you were a sophomore. He said, "Hey, we got this great receiver named Cravens." He obviously didn't foresee what you could do on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, I mean, Coach, he didn't even put me in on offense my sophomore year.
Yeah. Well, he played you a tailback and a little bit receiver?
Yeah, he had me a couple plays at running back, a little receiver, and then as the season went on, it was strictly defense.
I think it's fair to say you've got a future in this game. Do you think your future's at outside linebacker, or do you think it's back at safety?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm a great safety. I feel like I can be a great linebacker. But, wherever they put me, I'm going to do my best and just give them all.
All right, and now you guys have to transfer your thought process to Arizona. From what you've seen, I know it's early in the week, but from what you've seen, what's the biggest challenge when you're trying to stop the Wildcats?
They're fast. They're really fast. They get on the ball, and they don't run too many plays, but the plays they do run, they're real effective, and they get you when they get you tired is when you start making mistakes. And as you can see, they put up a lot of points. So, our goal is to, we're going down to Arizona is a little bit harder or more difficult to breathe down there. So We just got to be disciplined and make sure our conditioning is up to par.
DYJ, that's what you guys said after Boston College. That was a new acronym for me, but I guess it means do your job. Is this another offense where you have to make sure you do your job, because it seems like they're running a lot of misdirection?
Yeah, you need to do your job with Arizona. Like I said, they're going to do a lot of things, or they're going to have their little select plays, but they're going to run them at such a pace where they're going to get you tired, and you're going to make mistakes when you're tired. So as long as you're doing your job, no matter how you feel, we'll be okay.
You know, as a defense as a whole, I know how the game ended, and of course it didn't end the way we wanted it to, but defensively, prior to the last 3 minutes of the game, this was your guys' best defensive performance. Do you guys take that away, from this game, that, hey, things are, from that standpoint, are getting better? How much do you guys even reflect on that part, or is it just solely the fact that you didn't win?
No, I know people who watch the game on TV, or people who just are fans of the game. They see that last 3 minutes as, there goes SC losing the game. Well,
right.
Us as players and coaches, we locked Arizona State up until those last 3 minutes. We did our job. We were pretty good on the stat sheet until those last 3 minutes. So we're not holding our heads down like, wow, no, we're bad, or no, we didn't do our job. We did our job. Mm-hmm. We just, made mistakes that we don't make in the last 3 minutes. And, that's going to happen. It's football. So, I'm fine with how we're playing. We're going to mature as a team and make sure things like that don't ever happen again.
Well, you'll get another chance on Saturday. This conference, there's no let-up, man. This is another high-powered offense and a chance to move right back to the top of the pecking order in the Pac-12 South. It'll be USC in Arizona, 7:30 p.m. primetime on ESPN2 in Tucson on Saturday night. Sua Cravens, as he's been all season, will be the man to watch. Sua's got to get to meetings, and we got to get to talking some more football, so we're coming right back at you on the Beast.